Hi there, Dr. Randall Hansen here, and today I have new tips for students in my ongoing series of how to have great success in college. And today's topic focuses on the dreaded, most of the time dreaded, student teams. And if you are a college student, especially if you are a business student, expect to be in many student teams over the course of your college career. It's kind of a rite of passage, and we do it in the business schools, especially because almost anywhere where you'll work in the future, you're going to work in teams, sometimes permanent, sometimes on the fly. It just depends on your profession and the company and all these other aspects. But just know that teamwork is expected, and it's a skill that most employers actually covet. So it's a good thing you are in teams or groups in school. So here are my 5 tips for how to succeed in working on student teams in college. Number 1, this is important. Listen to this one very carefully. Choose your team members wisely. I have seen way too many times where people choose their best friend or their sorority or fraternity or some other person they know well as their team members, even though as they do so, they kind of know this isn't the best person, but we get along and blah, blah, blah. Or, oh, since we're in the same sorority, we can actually work on the project while we're in the house, whatever. No, choose the best people for your team members. Might hurt some feelings, but I have seen so many teams deteriorate and sometimes even friendships break over teams not working out. So if you have the opportunity to choose, and every professor is different, and we all do it in a lot of different ways, choose wisely. Choose people that have the skills that you need for that team assignment. Number 2, as soon as you can, as soon as the team members have been assigned or chosen or whatever the process is, do a meet and greet. Extremely important. In the meet and greet, share all your contact information, what works best, your schedules, when are the best meeting times, virtual or otherwise. And then also, I suggest doing sort of a SWOT analysis, or at least the SW part of a SWOT analysis, and share your strengths and weaknesses, and share what you like to do and don't like to do. If you're a great writer, maybe you're going to be the team leader for writing the report. If you love presenting, then maybe you're going to be the team leader for presenting. So spend some time, everyone looking at their strengths and weaknesses, being as honest as they can, and then hopefully we can choose people accordingly. And speaking of choose, of course, the third aspect you want to do in the meet and greet is choose your leader. Now remember, leaders are not necessarily permanent. Sometimes a professor chooses the team leader, but even when I've done that in the past, I've usually said, well, I'm temporarily assigning you a team leader. If the team wants to change it, go for it. So same thing you should all do. Okay, here's this person that looks like the best person to lead our team, but if something happens during the term, and you might have to boot that person from the leadership, but that's okay. Number 3, of course, I know this is obvious, but actively participate in the team. Team assignments aren't little silos where you all go off and do your own thing and somehow merge it back together at the end. Instead, it should be a sharing of ideas. Yes, one person's responsible for writing the report, but all the team members need to present their materials to make that report better. So actively participate. And remember that sometimes when you're actively participating, there's going to be conflict. That's fine. Just find compromise. It's not always one person has the best ideas. Number 4, monitor your and your teammates' progress. Deadlines, usually a team project is a semester-long thing or weeks long, and sometimes those deadlines get too far in the future. So monitor your schedule and what you have to do, but also monitor the teams and make sure if there are not team meetings to ask the team leader to do that, to check on progress. It's extremely important because, again, you don't want to spend the last 2 nights before a project's due to whip out that final result. Number 5, use peer pressure to challenge and encourage others on the team to do their work if they're not. I think peer pressure is the best thing. Yes, going to the professor is certainly a last resort, and we can come in with a hammer and say, you will perform or you will fail, but it's much better if the team just self-polices itself and says, hey, don't you want us all to succeed, and use that peer pressure. So teamwork is okay. Sometimes it works great. Other times it's super stressful. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat it. And if you use these 5 tips, it will certainly help to make that team experience a whole lot better. And again, if you have any problems, certainly talk to your professor. But just remember in the back of your head, this is a great experience because employers love people that have team experience, that can get along with others, have good interpersonal communication skills. So I hope your next team project is a great one. I wish you great success, and until next time, these are my 5 tips for succeeding in student teams.